Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Daily Action Picks. I'm Joe Delara and I've got some of my best bets for today's NBA slate. It's the start of the NBA postseason. We've got the play-in tournament and I'm going to be looking at the Western Conference play-in with the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Clippers. So I think the wrong team's favored here. The Timberwolves, although they've been better on the season with a plus 2.6 adjusted net rating compared to plus 0.2 for the Los Angeles Clippers, nothing against the Timberwolves, but Paul George only played in 31 games this season. And in those games, the Clippers were 18-13. So if we look at their recent form, the Clippers have just destroyed teams over the last 2 weeks. And they're 6-1 with a plus 18.4 point differential per 100 possessions during this time, compared to just 3-4 and minus 7.6 point differential for the Minnesota Timberwolves over the same stretch. Is it a coincidence that this coincides with Paul George coming back? I don't think so. A big factor here is the Clippers' three-point shooting, and it's second best in the league on the season at 38%. But over the last 2 weeks, they're shooting 46.7% since George's return. He's an underrated facilitator, and his gravity is clearly having an impact while helping the team space the floor. This is really problematic for the Wolves because they allow their opponents to shoot threes at the 7th highest frequency in the league. In fact, the Clippers shoot about 2% better from three-point range this season against the Wolves compared to their season average of 38%. Another issue in this matchup for the Timberwolves is stylistic. The Wolves depend on turnovers to kickstart their offense, and the Clippers are not a turnover-prone team. Even if the Wolves try and blitz them defensively, they're going to have so many wings that are capable ball handlers and secondary facilitators. This is a really tough ask in order to generate offense and to kickstart the offense. Additionally, in the postseason, pace, it generally slows down a touch. So if the Wolves are forced to play in the half court, this is not to their strength, and it's actually a spot that they play in at one of the lowest frequencies in the league. So they're not really comfortable in terms of the rest of the league, relative to the rest of the league, playing in the half court. So this would also go to the Clippers' advantage because it allows them to really utilize their length and versatility to their advantage. Speaking of pace, I think that this game, even if it does slow down a bit, it still creates some value in the prop market. And this is for a couple different reasons. Number one, the Wolves play at the fastest pace in the NBA. And this creates a pace up spot for the Los Angeles Clippers. And coupled with the fact that their main starters should play heavier minutes, I like this spot for one of the Clippers' stars, and that star is for Paul George to go over 6.5 rebounds in this game. It's listed at 6.5. There's some 7.5s available at plus juice. I think that those are okay, but I prefer the 6.5 number here. This is a number that he's hit in 2 of 3 games against the Timberwolves this season, and is 17 of 31 to this line on the season as a whole. But the thing is, during the regular season, Paul George has averaged about 33 minutes per game during his 3 years with the Los Angeles Clippers. Over the last 2 postseasons, this number jumps to about 40 minutes a game. And over the last 2 seasons in the playoffs, he's cleared this number in 20 of 32. But if we look a little bit deeper, he's actually gone over in 6 of 8 without Kawhi Leonard. So this is a spot I really expect him to clean the glass in this game. The Timberwolves are not the best rebounding team. It's a pace-up spot. I like him to go over 6.5 rebounds here. And if you can only get 7.5, I think that that's also an acceptable play as long as it's at the plus money number. So overall, looking at this game on the season, the Clippers are 3-1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the one loss was without Paul George. So I expect the Clippers to continue their hot play, secure their place as the 7th seed in the Western Conference, and I'm going to grab them at the plus 3.5 number that's available at BetMGM, and I'm also going to be playing them on the money line at plus 135. So these are my 2 best bets for the Western Conference play-in game between the Clippers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let me know if you're riding. Let me know if you're following. Check me out in the comments here. Hit me up on Twitter at Joe Delara, and tune in every day for more free daily action picks.